Lesson 82, Homophones and Homographs. Introduction. Today, we are going to talk about two interesting features of English, homophones and homographs. These can be tricky, but once you understand them, your English will be much stronger. Let's start with homophones. Homophones are words that sound exactly the same when you say them, but they have different meanings and are spelled differently. For example, the word row, as in a line of seats, sounds the same as row, which means fish eggs. They sound identical, but they mean completely different things. Now, let's move on to homographs. Homographs are words that are spelled the same way, but they have different meanings. Sometimes, they are even pronounced differently. For example, the word row can mean an argument, and it is pronounced with a different sound than row, which means a line of seats. So, homographs can be tricky because you see the same spelling, but you need to know which meaning and pronunciation to use based on the context. Homophones. Let's look at some common pairs of homophones. These words sound the same, but are spelled differently and have different meanings. For example, heir sounds like heir. Heir is what we breathe, and an heir is someone who inherits property. Another example is mail, which you send in the post, and male, which means a man or boy. Raise means to lift something up, and rays are beams of light. Tea is a drink, and tea is used in golf. Here are more homophones to be aware of. Allowed means out loud, and allowed means permitted. Meat is food, and meat means to come together. Read is in the present tense, and read is a plant. There, and there are a classic group. There refers to a place, there shows possession, and there is a contraction of they are. Break means to smash, and break is what stops a car. Fare is the cost of travel, and fare means just or a type of event. Phase means to disturb, and phase is a stage. Flu is an illness, and flu is past tense of fly. Great is a metal frame, and great means excellent. Groan is a sound of pain, and grown means fully developed. Horse means a rough voice, and horse is an animal. It's is possessive, and it's as it is. Lays means puts down, and lays means to relax. Moan means cut grass, and moan is a sound of complaint. Are is possessive, and hour is 60 minutes. Pear is a set of two, pear is a fruit, and pear means to peel. Pale means light in color, and pale is a bucket. Pane is a sheet of glass, and pain is physical hurt. Peel is a loud sound, and peel means to remove skin. Place is a location, and place is a type of fish. Practice is a verb, and practice is a noun. Pray means to speak to a god, and prey is an animal that is hunted. Read is present tense, and read is a plant. Rain is for a horse, rain is water from the sky, and rain is a period of rule. Right means correct, right is a ritual, and right means to put words on paper. Sail is a special price, and sail is what a boat uses. Scene is a part of a play, and scene is past tense of see. Sight is vision, and sight is a location. So means therefore, and so means to stitch. Soul means only, and soul is the spirit. Sum is an unspecified amount, and sum is a total. Stake is a piece of meat, and stake is a post or a bet. Through means from one side to the other, and through is past tense of throw. Tire means to become tired, and tire is a will cover. Toe is a body part, and toe means to pull. Waist is the middle of the body, and waist means to use poorly. Weight means to stay, and weight means how heavy something is. Weak is not strong, and weak is 7 days. Weather is the climate, and weather is used to express doubt. Wine is a complaint, and wine is a drink. Wood is a modal verb, and wood is a tree material. Homographs with differing pronunciations. Now, let's talk about homographs that are not only spelled the same, but are often pronounced differently. This can be confusing, but with practice, you will get used to it. The word live, for example, can be pronounced two ways. When you say, I live in the north of England, you pronounce it with a short sound. But when you say, my favorite rock group is singing live on TV tonight, you pronounce it with a long sound. Both are spelled live, but the pronunciation changes based on the meaning. Another example is the verb read. In the present tense, I read in bed each night. It sounds like read. But in the past tense, I read War and Peace last year. It sounds like read. Again, the spelling is the same, but the pronunciation is different. The word lead can also be tricky. When you talk about the lead singer in a band, it sounds like lead. But when you talk about lead pipes, the metal, it sounds like lead. So, the same spelling, but completely different sounds and meanings. Similarly, wind is pronounced one way when talking about the weather, like the wind blew the tree down, but it is pronounced differently when you mean to turn or twist something, like wind the rope round this tree. The same goes for wound. When you say she wound the string round the parcel, it sounds like wound, but when you talk about an injury, like he suffered a terrible wound in the war, it sounds like wound. The word use is another example. When you say, this book is called English Vocabulary in Use, it sounds like use. But when you say, you must know how to use words, it sounds like use. The pronunciation changes to reflect whether it is a noun or a verb. Similarly, house can be a noun, as in they lived in a large old house, or a verb, as in the buildings house a library and 2 concert halls. The verb form is pronounced with a voice sound at the end. Also, the word sow has 2 pronunciations. One meaning is a female pig, as in the sow has 5 piglets, and it sounds like sow. The other meaning is to plant seeds, as in the farmers sow the seeds in the spring, and it sounds like sow. Finally, let's look at bathing. It can be pronounced differently based on context. For example, bathing the baby at night may help her to fall asleep, has one pronunciation. But on a sign at a beach, no bathing has a different pronunciation. So, even the same spelling can have different pronunciations depending on the situation. Common mistakes. Now, let's talk about a common mistake. Many learners confuse whether and whether. Remember, whether is used when you are expressing doubt or choice, like, I don't know whether to go or not. You should not use whether in this context because weather refers to the climate. So, it is correct to say, I don't know whether to go or not, and not, I don't know whether to go or not. I hope this lesson helps you understand the differences between homophones and homographs. Practice listening to and using these words, and soon they will become second nature. Keep up the good work.